Hi. I wasn't sure it was going to work then. Let's have a look. Let's make sure. Silent mode off. And let's see. Oh, we've got people coming in now. Hi, Miffy257. Good name. Good name. Let's see. Let's add Larinda. Don't go, Larinda. I need you back. Here she is. Hoping she's coming.
Hello.
Hey!
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
I was just, I always have myself a little treat for going live because you have to be brave to go live.
So, oh, cute.
It's a spider, but I've just looked at it and it's got 5 legs on one side and 3 legs on the other.
Well, it's still fun. It's got the 8. He's still cute.
Yeah, he's got 8. And a wonky eye.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's going to taste delicious.
He will be fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's Friday and the sun's coming out, so now I'm like playing with my stuff because I'm like, oh, my lighting's all different now than it was earlier today. So.
And look behind you.
Yeah. Now, this wasn't here when I.
No.
Was this here when I met with you? Yeah, because
No.
I think I picked it up from the post office right after we talked last Friday.
So, I think I did see you unwrap it.
Yeah,
this does look gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was so fun to make, and I'm really looking forward to making it again, sewing along with everybody for the 2022 sew along. So.
And.
Yeah.
I never would have thought to use the black. Is it black?
It's dark gray.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
really
nice. We thought about black, but Cheryl and I talked about it. Cheryl Bricky is the designer of this, and we thought let's try a charcoal and see if that might look better with the beautiful vivid tones, and it did. It looked a little nicer with those tones, and yeah. So
it's really pretty, really
very
pretty.
happy with it. Yeah, I was very happy to have it home, and now it's hanging up, and it's all, gets to be my background. I love it.
So has it got a white binding?
The binding on it is white, yeah. So there's a white border. I'm not sure how much you can see down the bottom here. There's a white border around the whole thing, just a couple inches, and then the white binding, and then it's back with a Tula, the line art Tula.
Lovely.
Yeah. So I'm loving it. I'm really happy to have it home, and yeah.
Fantastic. Have you slept under it yet?
No, I haven't. It has not even gotten its first washing because I knew this one was going to go on the wall for display, and so it has not been used. So. Yeah.
Laughing at my husband skulking around in the background.
Yeah, just going back and forth. That's okay. I know. I was just about to put a sign on my door. No one's home, but I thought if somebody comes home and comes barreling into my office to talk to me, they're going to get a surprise, I suppose. But
so tonight we thought that we would have a chat about the design book.
Yes.
And the design book is a little bit of a different option, isn't it?
It is. Oh, did you have a question? I'm sorry.
No. It's just that you can, I understand, I need a diary. A diary is what I need. But if you're somebody who maybe doesn't quilt all the time, then you might have your work diary for your job, and you might have the design book for your quilting if you need to keep those things separate.
Yes, and I have friends that they use their phone as their calendar where they put their tasks and their daily appointments and things like that. And so this doesn't really work for them. So the design book is another product, and I know you guys are carrying it.
Yeah.
And this is for designing quilts, for planning projects. but it doesn't have the monthly calendar or weekly, any calendar pages at all. And there are also no patterns in this. So this can last you year to year. It does have, though, more of the project planning and project at a glance pages. So, for instance, like in the Quilter's Planner, the project at a glance section is just this 2-page spread. And that's enough for 54 projects. Yeah. But in the design book, there's 6 of them all together.
Brilliant.
And so there's, 3 2-page spreads. So it's enough room for 162 projects.
Wow.
So, yeah. So if you are a very productive quilter, this might be a good addition to your quilter's planner. So that's an option too that some people do. They'll buy corresponding covers, and they'll have their quilter's planner and their design book as well. And then it does still have things like the B blocks and the swaps. I'm sorry, I'm just covering this up because I'm realizing one of my swap partners' addresses is on here. And personal information and vision board page. But it doesn't have like the goal setting pages that are in the quilter's planner where this is the goals I want to do this month, because there is no month in there. Yeah. And then the project planning pages, there are 18 of those. Where
so you got fabric stuck on those?
Yeah, there's a little spot at the bottom, and the Quilter's Planner has this as well on all the project planning spreads. It's a little spot to put all your fabric swatches.
Yeah.
So there's 8 of these in the Quilter's Planner, and there's 18 of them in the design book.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And the design book, I mean, both of them would make a great present, but the design book would be really good if you know that you've got somebody in your family who quilts lots, and it's also like a little bit of like a backup to go with the actual product that you make. Do you know what I mean? like I did quilts during lockdown where it would have been nice to have written it down a little bit so that in the future
like
somebody can so that somebody can see it and go, right, she made it then, and she finished these bits then, or she never finished it. But it would be nice as a record, I suppose, to go with the quilts, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and what's great about the project planner pages is there's the spread that you put in all the information, but then there's also a section to the side that's just graph paper, so you can map out blocks, but you can also put a photograph. And that's really nice for people to be able to put a photograph after it's done, stick that in there, and then they have that really nice record after the fact. So it's not just good for when you're in the planning stages, it's really nice to have that record after. So.
And I suppose you could, and to be able to look through that afterwards. You know how when you pull out a quilt that you've not used for ages and you think, I forgot that I made this, you've got it there all in the book, and you could be having a look through that as well for ideas.
Yeah, or ones you've given away that you're like, I completely forgot that I made this baby quilt for my niece 4 years ago. Yeah. And then there's a lot of graph paper pages. So I just play around on, I never go in order. So I have one page is gone and then it's blank, and then I started on the next page. I do a lot of playing actually this is my playing for making this. These are the 2 quilting designs that are in the sampler quilt. So when I was preparing to go work on the long arm beforehand, I spent some time in my design book
having a play,
practicing. Yeah. And this is some more practicing. This is another quilt I have coming up, and then some border designs. So it's really fun to be able to play. Like right here, I've got I was designing some blocks for a class I was teaching, so I've got the block and then written out what I need and what sizes. And it's really easy with the graph paper, of course.
Yeah. The graph paper is really helpful. So what are there options with the design book? Are there different pages that you can have inside it, or is it kind of just standard?
It's all standard except for the covers. So I know that you have 2 different covers.
That one?
Ordered directly from us. People can order from like 12 different covers, but you guys have the best and the brightest of them. You have
Yeah.
the top two covers that
I think
are
we had, did we have the blue stripes and we have the one that you've got there? The floral one.
you don't have blue floral. You do have blue floral for the Quilter's planner, but for the design book you have, I believe, the blue stripes
Yeah.
and the aqua words. So it's so fun because it's quilting vocabulary,
Nice.
all these words, and it's in this nice aqua. So it's beautiful.
So today I had a little look through your website,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just, how much stuff you've got on there. There's
a lot.
loads. There's
Yeah.
loads of really, really useful stuff on there.
There's a lot of resources on the blog.
And things like, I didn't realize that you're doing like bookmarks and rulers and a little thing where you can add a page. They look really fun. So what kind of things do you put on your add a page, and do they fit the design book or do they fit the planner?
They fit both.
Oh,
so yeah, they'll work in both. So one thing that you can do, so like in this, remember I've talked about how you might want to put a picture when you're done, but if you've used up all of your graph paper for your design and planning process, you can use the add a page to add a photo. So the add a page clip-ins, they do go from the top to the bottom, but you can cut them. So if you have a 5x6 picture, you just cut it to the size you need and then stick it in there.
And you don't have to have it at the top. You could have it in the middle. You could have it at the bottom, wherever you want it.
Yeah, you can cut it and have, you could even do just a very small little wallet-sized photo and stick it right here in the middle or down below, wherever you want. You could do several if you wanted. So it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of different things that people use with their add a page. I have kind of like a little, almost like a little ticker list of my top priorities for the week. And I will put those, I just, I do the add a page in there, and then I use washi and stick it onto the add a page. And then that way at the end of the week, I can take that ticker list off and then move it to the next week and just reuse my add a page.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah, so you can, they have a little sticker so you can pull off and stick things to them. Or I use my washi, or just for that particular purpose, to put it on there. But yeah, you can put photos. People use patterns. They can put a printed pattern on if it's small enough to, you know, be the size of the planner. Yeah. And so yeah, and then this also does have our reference section in it. Oh. So that's really helpful when you are working in all these, you know, because we have a ton of graph and dot grid pages and little triangles and all that. When you're working on designing something and you are kind of forgetting how big the half square triangles need to be cut in order to be a certain finished size, you can just flip back, look at that,
a rubric at the back.
Yeah, it's really helpful. Yeah,
and those are the kind of things that I would be looking up on Pinterest.
Exactly, but here it's all in one place. And then you've got your color theory.
Ooh, show me that again.
Oh, the color theory. This is one of my favorite pages in the whole planner. Yeah.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then this will help you when you're cutting like yardage. If you're going, okay, I have 2 yards of that. Are my cuts going to work? You can use it to sort of figure that out.
That's really clever.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All in one place.
Yeah, so this is great for people who either have had a hard time keeping a calendar, or they have had, they just keep their calendar on their phone or something like that. And they also don't want the patterns, because the only way to get the patterns is to get the planner each year. And then those patterns, they're exclusive to the planner, but sometimes the designers after the fact will re-release them. Other times they'll choose not to. So you never quite know. I had someone contact me yesterday about an old pattern from 2021, from this year's planner, and the designer's not releasing it. And so they, you know, you can miss out sometimes. Most of the designers will re-release them eventually. Yeah. But it's you got to get the planner if you want to get those patterns.
So when do you start looking for your next designers?
Now.
Right, okay.
Honestly. So mostly like December is when I'll really start in earnest. Okay. But yeah, if someone is interested in designing for us, they can send me a submission now. There's a submission information page on our website in the Abouts tab.
Yeah.
And yeah, so anytime, once I've finished production for one,
Yeah.
and even while I'm doing production for one, I'm already thinking of the next, but
Yeah.
I won't really start in earnest planning and choosing patterns. I won't start doing that until December and into January, but I'll probably have, if somebody wants to try and submit, they want to do that definitely in the first week or so of January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering if there's people that are watching, then they just need to go and put an application together. Well, they've got nothing to lose, have they? Just go and put it in and see what happens.
Yeah, it's
because
so
you'll be
fun.
looking for a variety of people.
I am. I'm looking for a variety of experience levels too. People who are just starting out as pattern designers, but I really feel like their design eye is really good and they have a lot of potential. And then we have people like Cheryl who have designed for us several times. And she just does such beautiful designs. We're also looking for a variety of projects.
Right.
So
okay.
If someone is like, I think I can only get a baby quilt in, then that's good because we're looking for full-size quilts, baby quilts, wall hangings, table runners, pillow projects, all sorts. We've had pin cushions. So it's a variety. We've had some requests from customers about bag projects. So that might be something we need for 2023.
Yeah. And I think if there's somebody that if people know somebody, can they drop you a line and say, go and have a look at?
Yes, please. Yes. Yeah. If you have designers that you would really love to see in the planner, go ahead. You can either send a message to any of our social media pages or hello@Quilter's Planner. And that'll go to me and I'll be able to go look at them. Cause there are times where I go like this last year when I was starting production a little late after buying the planner and I was pursuing designers and going and so it's not just me waiting for submissions to come in. It's also me going out and looking at people's work and going, hey, I really, really want to see you do this. Would you be willing to come collaborate? So
brilliant. So what have you got planned for the rest of your weekend? Are you full on Halloweening?
Not full on Halloweening. So we did a little, I don't know if you have these in the UK, but it's called a trunk or treat where a bunch of cars line up and you decorate the back of your car and the kids come by.
Why?
And, it's easier because the kids aren't walking down the street.
Right, okay.
So it's a little safer. So it's a set parking lot where they come and do that sort of event. And it's nice because you can usually these events are like not on Halloween night, so you can still celebrate Halloween night. So we plan on a quiet Halloween at home, passing out candy to we have a small neighborhood, so we're not expecting a ton of trick-or-treaters. Quiet plans, but a lot of sewing this weekend because I think I mentioned to you last week that I decided to finish some quilts for Christmas. That means I have to actually finish them.
You can. Half-done quilts don't go down well.
What's that?
Half-done quilts as presents? No.
No. Yeah, and I have a date scheduled with the long arm, so I really need to get the top finished so that I can get that done. So I'll be power sewing this weekend and then taking breaks to knit.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you have planned?
We have a little Halloween party tomorrow, and then on Sunday we are going to an American diner that's near us for breakfast. I'm planning on some pancakes, and then my kids will be going trick-or-treating, but like where we live there's not hundreds of people and it's really safe, and they didn't go last year because of coronavirus, so I kind of figured we'll go and trick or treat. So and then the kids are back at school on Monday.
Wow, yeah, because you're just coming at the end of a 2-week term break.
It's a week.
Midterm break.
Yeah, a week's break. So back to it, and then we're on the fast track to Christmas.
Right? Yes, I know. I was talking with Sarah Ashford this morning and thinking, we're just going, once Halloween hits,
Yeah.
no, it's just fast track. And
Yeah.
yeah, so if you haven't ordered your planner for 2022, get it ordered, and that way you have it and can crack it open in January and be ready to go.
And also I was thinking, send Instagram links to people who you want to buy you the planner. So if you know that you want one, drop some pretty big hints, because the ones on our website are flying out. So you can get some hints in there and see if you can get it on Father Christmas's list for Christmas, because you want to be using it the first week.
Another one is the design book is great for your guild friends or your sewing friends. I know some people have little groups that they sew with, and they do gift exchanges during the holidays. And this is a really great one where you can get it and everyone has it, and it's really fun to buy them for a group.
Well, it's been really lovely chatting to you, Larinda.
Yeah, you too. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a fun Friday evening. I'm going to finish up my work, and the sun came out, so it's going to be really hard finishing up my work, but I'm going to get it done and then rest.
Dark and raining here.
It was for us up until about an hour and a half ago, and then the sun came out. So yeah.
Right. Well, have a lovely weekend.
You too.
We'll catch up
soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.